Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for being here today. This Procurement Policy Board meeting will now come to order. I'm going to invite each member of the board to present at this time. For the record, please state your name.
Marva Rice.
Alexandros Hatsakis.
Dustin Saldariaga.
Lisa Flores.
Sergio Paneke.
Thank you. Let the record show that we do have a quorum. I'll now invite everyone in the room to also state their name for the official record.
Victor Olds.
David Garfinkel.
Isaac Merrick.
Samuel Padilla.
Julie Harris.
Clive Williams.
Dietrich Bankhead.
Sarah Hakamati.
Sanjay Ghosh.
Jim Hirani.
Sanjay Nayak.
Mahendra Patel.
Denise Bashir.
Sean Moss. Wayne Lambert.
Diana Benjamin.
Ji Kwan.
Jen Young.
Andrea Haynes. Kathy Chung. Elena Long. Tanisha Dyer.
Angie Williams.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, so the purpose for today's meeting for the Procurement Policy Board, also known as the PPB, is to consider the adoption of various rule changes to the PPB rules. The PPB rules changes under consideration thus far have gone through the requirements of the Citywide Administrative Procedures Act, which we'll refer to as CAPA. All of the rule changes that are on today's agenda have been publicly noticed, and the city provided the public an opportunity to comment at the hearing that occurred on November 12, 2019. Copies of all public comments were transmitted to each member of the PPB. After today's vote by the PPB, the rules that the PPB approves, if any, will become effective 30 days after the publication of the notice for adoption. So again, just to confirm, today is a meeting of the Procurement Policy Board. We'll be making votes on these rules. It's not a public meeting. If we do have time permitting, after the formal business of the meeting, we may permit comments from those who are in attendance. At this time, I'd like to recognize Victor Olds, General Counsel for the Mayor's Office of Contract Services, to speak further on the proposed rules.
Thank you, Alex. Good afternoon. I welcome you on behalf of Dan Simon, the Director of the Mayor's Office of Contract Services. The PPB rules proposed today will affect various aspects of the PPB rules, which I will describe in greater detail. The proposed rule changes will amend Chapter 1 of Title 9 of the Rules of the City of New York to distinguish the definitions of city and state-certified MWBEs by adding a new definition for state-certified MWBE. This is done to provide clarity to the best value rule changes that I will also discuss. The proposed changes will amend Chapter 3 of Title 9 of the Rules of the City of New York to apply a quantitative preference for best value competitive sealed bids to vendors certified with the City or State of New York as minority or women-owned business enterprises pursuant to Article 15A of the Executive Law or Section 1304 of the New York City Charter. Further, the proposed amendment allows the quantitative preference to be adjusted with the approval of the City Chief Procurement Officer. Additionally, the proposed rule changes will similarly amend the provisions related to best value competitive sealed proposals and expand its application to the quantitative MWBE preference to professional services, including construction-related consulting services. Finally, the proposed rule changes will amend Chapter 3 of Title 9 of the Rules of the City of New York to allow the MWBE non-competitive small purchase mechanism to be used for purchases up to $500,000 for goods, services, and construction. The text of these PPB rule changes is featured on the PPB website and is included in the handout that was distributed to each of the PPB members at the beginning of this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you. I'd like to now include the text of that rule change into the record for the meeting as presented. At this time, is there a member who'd like to make a statement or ask a question on the matter? Okay, seeing there's none, is there a member that'd like to make a motion to move this item?
I'll make a motion to move the item as presented.
Thank you. Will another member please second the motion? I'll now ask each member of the PPB to vote on this item. All those in favor to adopt the aforementioned rule changes, please state aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstaining? So let the record show that the rule is voted into adoption. I did want to just take a moment just to again share my sincere thanks and gratitude to all who've been involved in this process, not just all of you who've been a part of all the public hearings and submitting both comment and your input, but also all of those at MOX and the Comptroller's Office for your continued work, support, and partnership in expanding the support that exists from New York City to MWBEs. Glad that we're at this point, and I know we're all committed to continuing to see what more we can do to support MWBEs across the city. So with that, that completes our agenda for the day. Thank you. The meeting is now adjourned. If there are, now that the formal part of the meeting is complete, if there are any burning desires and comments, we'd love to take a few moments if anyone would like to share anything, but of course it's not a requirement or expectation.
And won't be a part of the official.
And it won't be a part of the official
Official
record.
record.
Yeah. Seeing a lot of smiles and nods. There's an opportunity for you to get some time back in your day and wish everyone happy Thanksgiving. And if we don't have the chance to talk about procurement before the end of the year,
Sure, I'll talk to you.
Happy
Happy Thanksgiving.